So Carol, what inspired this event for women over 40?
Thank you for that question, Quinta. You know, one of the first things is that I worked in, with women in the demographic of 25 to 35. And they grew up reading True Love and loving it. But then they got into their 40s and they got into their 50s and they could no longer relate with who they saw on the cover or even some of the content that was in there. And they kept saying to me, why are you putting those people on the cover? You know, they were very opinionated, because the older women get, the more they own their voices. That's one of the beautiful things about growing older. You now own your voice, and you're not afraid to speak your opinions. Naliwe liwalo. You say it and you leave it there and let the people deal, right? And so they had a lot of opinions, but they just felt invisible. When they looked at themselves in media, looked for women like them in media, they were invisible. In advertising, in marketing, they were not there. And everybody was focusing on the younger demographic. And I said to them, the reason you're no longer relating to True Love right now is because you're not the demographic, you're an older demographic. And they said, okay, so what can you do for us? And we held a lot of focus groups, and we did a lot of interviewing with women in this demographic over 40. What were their needs? What were their pain points? And then we realized what they actually need, because this is a new phase of life. So if you think about the butterfly, the butterfly has the first stage, which is the pupae stage. And that is, when it's forming, right? Then it goes into the caterpillar stage. Then it, metamorphosizes now into the butterfly. And that's what I was looking at, and I was saying, but women go through all these phases of life in their metamorphosis. And when they come into their prime, and the prime, a lot of people think your prime is in your 20s, because that's what advertising pushes out, And my friend here, Achieng, has been in marketing and behind a lot of campaigns like that. And they push that youth is vital, and youth is vital, and it's a great time to be. But when you're actually completely blossomed, when you come into your prime, is actually in your 40s. So that's not the message we are told. We're told that you're now on your decline, right? But now you know what you don't know. And you know what you know. And what you don't know, you know where to get it, right? Now you've sort of settled into who you are. If you were so focused on pleasing people and all of that, now you've settled. Now you want to please yourself. Now you want to live from an authentic place. You're not on Instagram only, concerned about, did this post hit 1,000 likes or views? You're there wondering, do I have something to say? And what I have to say, how does that impact and change and transform somebody else's life? So all of those things are about a woman in her prime. How do we help her to own her power, to own her glory, or to walk in her glory? And that's where this program, A Woman in Her Prime, came from. And we had, several speakers, including Achieng and Rose, just sharing their insights onto how do you make sure that your second half of life is going to be even better than your first half. How do you make the rest of your life the best of your life?